Yo, it's effective immediately. I'm DJ Hed.
What up, Hip Hop Nation? It's your favorite homegirl, Gina Views.
We got a special guest in the studio. This young man is doing amazing things and definitely got more money than Gina and I combined. Do his superstar acting career. Definitely gonna need to borrow $20.
I'll do your homework for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I got a bachelor's.
Dallas Dupree Young
What's going on?
is joined us now. First and foremost, congrats on all the success. You know what I'm saying? We all had hopes of being a child star, you know, growing up, and you realized our dreams, and a lot of us are jealous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially at this big age. But no, I think it's super dope because one, you get a head start. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to. But there's a double edge that I'm getting to. But you get a head start in being an actor and being in entertainment business, whereas people are used to seeing you like from here to there to there. But I guess my first question to you is the challenges of going from, because I saw some shit with you in it, and you were like you were really small. So what age did you start like first acting?
Yeah, I started acting when I was 9 years old, man. So I remember watching, Disney and Nickelodeon shows back in the day, and I was like, okay, this is exactly what I want to do. Like, this seems fun, seems exciting for me. And then, just growing up, it was challenging because of the fact that I had to deal with school, acting, family life,
school,
everything.
I know that's right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you had to balance all those situations in life, especially at a young age. And but I think the best part about it was I love the fact that they can see me growing up, and they can see like my journey from whenever I was a young kid all the way until now I'm 18. It's just nice to see the growth and for people to really respect the path that I've taken so far. And I just can't wait for people to see more, and I'm going to just keep working hard.
So the challenge that I want to ask is going from child star to then adult star. And I'm sure you're still getting a lot of younger roles because you got good skin and like,
appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, I usually hear that a lot from child actors where it's like people don't take me serious when you start to want to get into that more mature role and stuff like that. I don't know if you have had those roles offered to you or you've auditioned for roles where you're not playing a kid more so than you're playing more adult or serious roles or something like that. Do you foresee that being a challenge, or have you heard that around the business?
I've definitely heard that around the business. Like, I think it's probably going to be a challenge, especially for the first 1 or 2 years, just because of the fact that they're going to remember my face as the young Kenny guy, the one who was on the show, whatever. He was in middle school, basically. So people are going to remember me as that for a while, but I don't think it's going to be necessarily a problem as far as taken seriously. I think it's just going to be people adapting to me doing mature roles and me being, an older person on TV, because I look completely different now than how I did whenever I started Cobra Kai.
Facts.
What were those shows that you were watching?
I would watch. My favorite one was Lab Rats. I watched Austin and Alley, and then I'm trying to think, what was another? Jesse. Those are the three that I watched growing up. Whenever I was like 8, 9 years old, I was like, yeah, this is.
Damn, I'm old because my time is like R. Kelly.
Whoa! Wow!
iCarly.
No, you said it right.
iCarly.
Wow.
You said it right, Queen.
iCarly.
Hey, she was confident about that too. You gotta respect that.
Yeah, she stayed
Gotta
on
respect
that.
that. Yeah.
iCarly. Verbal
sure.
typo.
Hey, PB is for sure gonna clip that. He's clipping that.
That's So Raven.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody and stuff like that.
I watched that stuff too. Yeah.
So you guys have like a whole new algorithm with like Disney and Nickelodeon. And stuff
Literally,
like that.
yeah. I mean, I was watching that religiously, like every day. And then one of the shows back in the day, Victorious too, I also watched.
Oh yeah.
Victorious. Those shows, I mean, they were so inspiring to me, especially Victorious, because it was like you get to balance, singing, dancing, and acting, all that into one. I was like, yeah, this is a lot of talented people are able to do this.
I saw you do something a long ass time ago with, was it Double Dare?
Yeah, it was.
It was Double Dare, right? That was an old Nickelodeon.
That's an older show.
Yeah, it was an older Nickelodeon show. Did you know about that, or was just something you got involved in?
Yeah, so I mean, it was. I had already heard about it because of the fact that so I was on a Nickelodeon show back in like 2018, if I'm not mistaken. I heard that Double Dare was a show a long time ago, and obviously they rebooted it with Liza Koshy. And whenever they asked me to do it, I was like, absolutely, this sounds cool. But I had never watched the show back in the day, and whenever I got the opportunity to go for the Super Bowl experience and do the whole Double Dare challenges with OBJ, DeAndre Hopkins, all of them, like I had the best time of my life.
is
dope.
that a lot of people don't know how. I kind of want to get into the like. I mean, your story is inspiring, but I kind of want to get into the business side because I think that's a side that a lot of people don't get to understand, especially from hearing all the horror stories of the music industry with the Olsen twins and like all this different shit, right?
Yeah.
But like, how does it work when you are a child actor? And because you obviously have, I don't know if it's a trust or how do you get paid as a child actor? Does it all go to your parents, or like do you have like almost like an escrow fund that gets paid and then they hold it until you're 18, or like how does that work? Like,
yeah, so I have something called a Coogan account.
Coogan account.
Yeah, Coogan
that's what I was. Okay,
so
yeah.
that's obviously to protect any situation where a parent's trying to steal all of the kids' money,
right?
Because that obviously happened.
I heard the same thing about Britney Spears.
Literally, so I have that, and then I have a portion that comes to me and everything. So I'm able to touch the Coogan account at 18, which I just turned 18. So
that's why you happy.
Hey, I'm just smiling.
What's
I'm
the
just
first
smiling.
thing you bought?
Shoot, well, I haven't even touched it yet. I'm still keeping it over there.
Okay.
Gotta save your money at the end of the day.
Facts.
So
What
you
you
gotta
want?
be smart, huh?
What you want to buy?
I don't even know what I want to buy at the moment. I need to think. I think I'm gonna buy me some nice jewelry. That's for sure. But
You
like
gonna
I said,
get you a rapper chain?
no, I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. I like small chains. I like small chains. That's it.
So you
But,
get the Coogan account who sets that up though?
I think my mom set that up as soon as I started acting.
Okay.
And I have like a corporation that basically works in that whole entire thing.
Gotcha.
And basically they got me that Coogan account as soon as I started, and the money has gone there.
Got you.
Yep.
Okay, Coogan. That's the name. I couldn't remember the name of it, but I
Yep.
remember there was something like that. Now, when you do, is it you like basically when the Coogan account gets paid and you said a portion comes to you, who decides what portion comes to you?
It's like already set. It's already
Oh,
set.
it's
Like
already set up.
yeah, like my mom, and all these people like that work with me. They all set it up at the beginning about this portion goes here, this portion goes here. So then they allocated it and everything. So I didn't have to worry about it growing up.
Because I just wanted to like I know there's a myth around young stars who like they're getting taken advantage of and they're getting beat out of their money and they're broke by the time. Like I just seen so many of it. I always wanted to ask about that. And then also the other thing that I want to ask you about is being on set. Like we hear all of the rappers' horror stories of only blue M&Ms in the tray. I want only yellow Skittles.
Yeah.
Like,
What's on your writer?
These writers get crazy, bro.
Right.
Do you have a ridiculous writer, and have you seen ridiculous writers?
I can proudly say that I have not had one ridiculous story with a writer in any of the projects that I've ever worked on, and especially not in Cobra Kai. Like that project, much respect to Cobra Kai, man. Like everybody on that project, the environment was so supportive from the beginning to the end, and everybody was like really dope the entire time. So like even whenever I was on projects growing up, everybody was always chill to me. I don't know if they were more chill to me because I was 9-10 years old. But even growing up, like everybody was cool. They just wanted to get the work done and then get it out to the fans. That's all we've always been thinking about. But no crazy.
You never seen any crazy writers?
Never seen any crazy
Okay.
writers either. Like I'm blessed. I will say that because I've heard so many crazy stories, even in like past shows that I've been in.
Yeah.
Whenever I wasn't on the set at that time, but I've been able to avoid it throughout the entire time.
That's a
Is yours
blessing.
simple? Is your writer simple?
Oh yeah. It's like a collective group, and all of them are real simple, cool. And we're allowed to collaborate with them if we want to change something.
No, not the
No,
writers.
not the writer.
Like the writer, like the stuff you demand on set, like the food, like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like all that stuff's cool. All that stuff, yeah, easy.
Okay, so you don't have like I want water at 37 degrees Fahrenheit.
Absolutely not. But that'd be crazy because I have heard that on other sets and everything. But on our set, no. We
Okay.
don't. Yeah, none of that.
Are you doing your own stunts?
Yeah, we do.
So did you know karate before getting this role?
Yeah, so I had did karate whenever I was like 5 years old. But I basically obviously didn't really remember that too much. So I was just able to like use my athleticism and with the works of like Don Lee and Ken Bearfield, so they are stunt coordinators. They were able to just assist me in everything what we were doing, and I was able to learn like basic training and then the choreography, and it kind of just like picked up quickly as we were going. But I like to say I was not good at first. But it kind of worked for my character because he didn't understand what was going on with karate either.
Do you have any like day-to-day training?
That's what we had. Day-to-day training. It was about, especially when we weren't filming, so we would work for about 2 hours a day, and it would be everybody together at once doing karate, doing all the stunts, doing the basic training, and then next thing you know, we go out and film, and we just put our best foot forward out there.
How do you have to? Because we got to go over this shit right before we hit action. Right before we say action, tell me what to do, because I might hit you in the mouth. And
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm
And
saying?
I've done that before, unfortunately.
You did?
I have.
Who'd you hit in the mouth?
I have. Hey, stunt trainer Brandon.
You want to apologize?
Hey, I've already apologized like 60 times, but another apology to you, brother. Like, I did not mean to do that.
You punched him or you kicked him?
I punched him.
You punched him in the face?
Yeah.
So
Like
y'all not
hard?
really getting hit?
Yeah. Bad.
Was he bleeding?
Yeah. Like it was.
He hit a real.
You broke his nose?
He
It
did
was
not like
bad.
that nigga.
I felt so bad too. But that's the thing is there's always a risk of that, and especially on our show and everything. But no, we like the actors. We've never gotten hit. We've never gotten hit.
Well,
but on moments
yeah,
like that,
no.
it was like the spacing wasn't good on my part, and the next thing you know, it
Connected. So
connected.
be honest, like, you saw him flirting with somebody that you probably like.
Oh, that's what happened. Yeah.
And then you like, you know what? I know the scene. The scene is coming up.
Yeah, the scene's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I seen him wink at my mom's. Bet.
You're funny.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what happened.
yeah.
You guys aren't really hitting each other or touching each other?
Never.
So it just looks like that in like what, posts?
Yeah. That's all. I mean, honestly, I think it's just the way that it looks with the camera,
It's like
being
dance.
behind it. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just like dance. You know, whenever we're doing our stunt choreography, it's like you always gotta figure out where we're gonna stand and everything, where we're gonna throw our punches based on where the camera is. So like camera behind us, I'm gonna throw it this way because they're not gonna see it. It's gonna, and all you gotta do is have the like head motion, like it happened, and it's gonna look like it on camera. And it shocks me sometimes because I watch it on TV and I'll be like, why it look like I actually punched this person right here?
Yeah,
Why it look like they hit me? But never.
I guess too though, in editing, it kind of works on our senses because we're actually hearing the punch and thinking that we're seeing it.
Exactly. That's all, and that's
Sound.
that's the best
Yeah.
part about posts. And yeah.
What's your favorite part about doing a show like Cobra Kai? Is it the training? Is it the acting? Is it the reaction that you get? Is it the storytelling? Like, what is it?
For me, it's being able to work with like William Zabka, Ralph Macchio, Martin Cole, people,
Facts.
people who I've looked up to even growing up. I know Karate Kid came out many years ago, but my parents, they watched the show growing up, and having the opportunity just to work with such incredible artists is a blessing to me. And it's like I get to learn so much, not just about karate, not just about finding balance in life. You learn just about acting, period, and about how it is to grow up as a child actor and keep going and keep thriving and staying hungry at the end of the day.
There's a lot of people who want to get into acting. And I guess from your lens, I remember seeing something that said you got added to a series regular from just being, I guess, a guest star.
Yeah.
So what is the determining factor for somebody to go from just a walk on or an extra or being a guest star to being a series regular? Like how does that happen, and two, how do you get notified about that?
Yeah, so how it happens basically is just how it goes with the character arc at the end of the day. If the storytellers and the writers really, rock with your character and they understand that you have an impactful role in the situation, that they're going to boost you up. Simple as that. And, I got notified just because they called me after my first year on season 4 because I was a recurring role. And that's what I expected to be the entire time. But then they called me about 4 months after filming, and they were just like, we want to boost you to a series regular. And yeah, it was just like that. So it's like even though your role may say recurring, you could have an impactful role. You just got to stay hungry at the end of the day.
So how do you go? Is that because like from a music standpoint, obviously we're in hip hop, but a music standpoint, rappers be like, oh, I get so and so called me for a feature. Right? It's essentially the same thing. Like, oh, Future wants me to be on his album. I'm finna go in here and do the craziest melody, the craziest 16 bars ever.
Yeah.
To where now he wants to do a project with me.
Literally. It's simple as that. You have to put your best foot forward at all times. Like, it doesn't matter how small your role is, because you never know who's watching at the end of the day. I feel like I've always learned that. That's what I've always been taught. So you never know who's watching, and you go from that. You keep working hard, and then next thing you know, you're going to be hit up like, okay, I want to make you a series regular. And your work is going to be, validated and everything.
Now, this is your this is the final season, period.
Yeah.
What are your plans upcoming plans?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to college. I'm going to college after this, and I think I may have a few things in the work. Can't talk about it too much, but I'm just ready for the next challenge. Honestly, I'm always looking for the next role and everything. So I can't wait for everybody to see Cobra Kai. Obviously, we got 2 different stints when it's coming out November 15th, and then later on in 2025. So I'm just waiting for that to roll out and everything.
We're gonna see you on The Chi.
Hey, you never know. You might. I might have to go on The Chi one time. That'd be dope.
That'd be dope. I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that. What do you do to like? You know how people be like athletes? They be like, I'm in the gym. What does an actor do for that?
Oh, just you
training, preparing.
What's
like,
your conditioning?
What's your conditioning like?
Yeah. So and you're talking about on Cobra Kai or
no,
just period?
In general, just as an actor.
As an actor,
I know somebody told me that they watch. I ain't gonna say who, but they watch certain actor. They go back and watch a random film from this actor, and then try to do that character to stay in like motion of being able to do any character.
Yeah. So what I usually do, I'll be able to watch different films from like back in the day. I really love Denzel Washington, Michael B. Jordan, people like them. So I watch their work, and I kind of take certain things from certain techniques that they utilize, and I kind of put that into my work as well. And then sometimes I'll even have a book and I'll write notes about what they're doing right here, how they're making a moment so simple but be so like powerful
like
at
what?
the same time.
Give me an example of that.
Shoot, I'll give you in
like
Equalizer.
Give me a movie that you
Equalizer, right?
Okay.
The moment when
That's a good one.
the moment when Denzel Washington walks into that bar with all of the gang members and they all looking at him like, okay, we're about to get this guy. But he has that moment of realization of where everything is. So he's going to use that to his advantage and then kill them, obviously. And he's standing there. He's not doing too much. He has like a blank stare on his face. But it says so much in that little moment because the audience already knew exactly what he was about to do. And he just, took his eyes, was looking everywhere, seeing what everything was. And it was so subtle, but it said so much to the story and added so much.
So it's little things, nonverbal.
It's the nonverbal moments because that's so important as an actor, the nonverbal moments, because you don't have to always be talking and make an impact on the scene.
That's a part of like audience control.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But yeah, that's what I love about acting, though. That's what I love.
Have you gotten any advice from anybody that you look up to? Have anybody reached out, tapped in with you?
Yeah. So I remember whenever I was younger, I got the chance to do an audition, or not even audition, but a little commercial promo with Kevin Hart. Really? And I remember. I was about 10 years old, and I was just like, how do you do it? Like how, you do all of this stuff. You're a mogul. You work around life, and then you still find time to work on these movies and create perfection. And obviously, I didn't word it like that at 10 years old.
Right.
But he just told me, if you love it, it's gonna happen for you.
Yeah.
You if you are really passionate about it, you listen to everything that everybody tells you, and you use it. And you keep growing from it, You never say that you learn too much because that's just not true, especially growing up.
The audience pretty much saw you grow up on TV, from a kid to now you're 18 now. Chris Brown was somebody who we watched grow up. And I remember when Chris Brown turned 18 and he dropped the song Take You Down, and everybody, it was like an outrage when he was on stage dancing with his shirt off and like grinding on the girls and stuff. Are you and your team having like any meetings or any like planning and game planning about what are we going to do to turn you from a child star to now a more mature one?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing is just talking about the auditions that I'm going to start taking and changing, my persona as far as that. But as far as like, how I am shown on Instagram and all of that, that's not going to change too much. It's just going to naturally evolve the older I get. But there will not be a dramatic change like what Chris Brown did on that moment. But basically, we've been game planning and everything, figuring out our strategies into the adjustment from a child actor into an adult one.
Did you see? I guess not see, but do you feel like the climate for real? I guess like real productions, like Cobra Kai to me is one of them things where it's a cult following. They have a real cult, like you said, like. You seen the Karate Kid with the original?
Absolutely.
Okay, then you saw the one with Jaden Smith.
Yes, I did.
Okay,
yep.
So there's this thing about what that we have in hip hop where people don't fuck with the classics.
Really?
Yes, like it'll be like a classic song.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say for you, it would probably be like let's say March Madness or like Future or whatever. Right.
Mm.
So it's a classic record. But then when people or Juvenile, back that ass up. But then when people remake it, they're like, why would you mess with this?
Yeah.
Right. So are there any franchises that you see out here that you would be like, yeah, I probably wouldn't touch that because it probably means too much?
A franchise that I would probably touch. I'm trying to think like about the franchises that I really like. I remember. Oh, I'm trying to think. I don't know. That's a good question. Like, because I feel like they did well with Cobra Kai and everything.
I do too.
Yeah, it was like one of those. Okay, the situation actually ended.
They turned Equalizer into Queen Latifah. And
yeah. So what y'all think about that?
I thought it was dope. I didn't continue to watch it, but I thought it was dope. The concept of it was dope.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time I feel like they end up doing very well, but I can't really think about one in my head at the moment.
What about, to piggyback off of that, what's an existing role, like maybe from like a show or movie that you saw where you were like, I could play that character?
Ooh. I think the biggest one was like probably Bel-Air. And Fresh Prince of
Will?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I can see that.
I can see that.
Yeah. You know, you watch that, obviously, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and you just...
So you be watching it with grit in your teeth? Like...
Well, not even that. You know, I watch it. You know,
trying to get Will up out of here.
Yeah.
So,
How
like...
can I get this nigga up out of here?
Yeah.
Like, right?
That's crazy. No, I just remember like watching
it. A question.
Yeah. I remember just watching.
Now you in a whole actor beef.
Yeah, I know that would be crazy if I'm just watching like, dang, that could be me right now. Because I know some people definitely have to be like that for sure.
Yeah.
But nah, you know, when I watch it, I'm just like, I have that personality. You know, when I'm just having a good time, enjoying myself. I'm just a funny guy sometimes, and I'm watching it. I'm like, I could definitely do that. You know, and I watch Jabari Smith. You know, he's killing it on Bel-Air.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something that I see myself I could be able to do.
Now,
Another one is like Adonis Creed for sure.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I can see that. Y'all kind of favor each other. You also kind of favor Keith Powers.
So people,
said that
yes,
before?
people said both of them. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. Duh.
When did you know you were a fan favorite on the show? You got to school, your classmates treated you different?
I think that was the biggest thing right there. Yeah, that's what. No, honestly, I'll tell you one thing. When my friends started to send me TikTok clips of myself, and it was just the most random stuff of like Kenny doing whatever he was doing. And people were like, oh, like this guy, you know, 700,000 likes, or this guy, 1 million likes, this got that. I think that's whenever I realized, okay, wow, people are actually like noticing it. It's crazy. It's completely different because, you know, before Cobra Kai, I was just a working actor who just loved doing it. And then, you know, once the show came out, like following obviously grew and everything. And then people would recognize me just walking down and going anywhere. So I think moments like that.
Were you popular in school?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, a little bit, especially because that was my sophomore year. Whenever the show had just came out, and I went to a new school, and I walked in, and everybody was just like looking at me. But you know, I was only 15, right? You know, I was only 15.
The reason motherfuckers looking at
yeah,
you,
and I'm not really thinking about it. I'm just like, I'm telling my homie, I'm like, why are people looking at me like I'm crazy? Like, what's happening? He was like, bro, do you forget who you are?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I was like, okay. They watched the show.
Humble?
No, that's not it. Don't do that.
Have you ever used your role to like get somebody number? Like, yeah, I'm Kenny. What's up?
Nah, but I'll tell you one thing. My friend has before. My friend has.
Somebody used you?
No. They'll be like, hey, this my homie. He's on Cobra Kai. I'm like, don't do that. Don't say
How
that.
embarrassing.
Like, don't say that at all. I always tell my friends, like, we're not gonna use Cobra Kai. We're not.
You sliding in the DM?
Do I be sliding in the DMs?
Yeah.
Man. Hope my mom not watching this, bro. But yeah, a little bit. Okay. You know.
Do you get replies? Do you have a reply pending? Because now's your opportunity.
Do I have a reply pending?
Shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Nah.
If there's a reply out there that hasn't been read yet,
I'm trying to think.
Because they removed you can't delete it now. It says delete for you.
Yeah, no, it's there. Isn't that crazy?
That's some bullshit.
Hold up. Hold up.
When you go to delete, I sent somebody some shit.
Yeah.
And I went to go delete. It said delete for you. I'm
you
like,
can't unsend?
No.
You cannot. Well, not like I have had a situation. Not like I had a situation like that. Yeah. But you can't unsend it.
You can't unsend no more.
So you better.
So if you're in the request, you can't unsend.
You can't unsend it.
Thank you for telling me.
Once it's gone,
it's gone. So you better watch. Like I did, you better watch what you say, because somebody can clip you real quick.
I sent some. I was like, give me your number. matter of fact, I ain't saying that. And I tried to. I'm like,
you try to unsend it. You can't unsend it.
Oh shit, it's stuck. Like
he sent some shit to Shinsia.
Nah, I ain't finna DM. She already Shinsia know what it is. I'm not sending nothing to DM. I'm gonna see her. But yeah, so if you have a DM pending, you know what I'm saying, now is the time. But you know.
Right. I mean, hey, you know who you are if the DM is pending.
If the DM
but
do you get DMs? Have you gotten a DM that intrigued you?
Yeah, I feel like I've gotten a few. Yeah, okay. And it's like, oh, okay, wasn't expecting that. Or like some of them be weird though, and then you gotta, like,
do you open your DMs? Like,
I do. I started doing that a lot more often than I used to. Before, I wasn't doing that at all, really, just because I wasn't really active on Instagram. But I started to do that the older I got, and just to, see, because fans have said stuff, and then I've gotten other opportunities just from DMs and everything. So I was like, okay, I definitely need to start looking at it. But yeah, definitely.
For sure. Hey, man, I like you. I like your energy. I appreciate you pulling up, like, you know what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
I think that you have a really good future ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? I think you got really pure energy. I think you're talented. And, if they could try you if they want to, but you know how to fight.
At the end of the day.
Has anybody ever tried you because of the show?
Nah, people just be messing around. They'll just be like, you going to hit me with the silver bullet or something like that,
Okay. And then also the homies, too, like.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, people always be joking about that, man.
But no, I appreciate you, Dallas, for pulling up.
Thank you. We're definitely gonna
support that.
Everything you on.
Make sure that you tap in. You want to give out your socials. Now that you're 18, they could DM you.
That's very true. Yeah, I mean, So Dallas Dupree Young everywhere. And then I started streaming on Twitch as well.
Okay.
It's Dallas Dupree Young there. So.
What you streaming? You on the Duty? You on the Madden? What you on?
So I'm on COD. I'm on Madden. I'm on 2K. I'm on MLB The Show. Like everything.
Are you weak in 2K?
No, I'm good at 2K. I'm really.
Have you played against another celebrity?
Have I played against another celebrity? Ooh, I don't think I have yet.
What's your ideal match?
Shoot, I like to play with. I do a lot of my career. That's what I usually do. But if I play with somebody, it's probably gonna be. I like the Bulls. I know how crazy that sounds, but like the Bulls are the Timberwolves. That's what I use. I'm good at the game, dog. I'm gonna set up a match
between you and my homie Cleo. You know Cleo Thomas?
Cleo Thomas. I've heard of that name.
Yeah, that's my guy. I'm gonna set up.
You seen Hoes?
Huh?
Hoes.
Not HOES.
Hoes.
I was like, hey, you can't catch me on like that. I was like, I'm not gonna say that.
Disney Channel. I'm not trying to set you up.
Yeah. He's like, bro, I gotta go to the Teen Choice Award.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I'm not gonna get caught lacking saying nothing.
Why you trying to fuck my shit? I'm gonna go hit some white people with some slime, and you trying to fuck that up, Gina Views.
You funny.
Like, I
was like, wait a minute.
No, all right. No, but we appreciate you. I'm gonna try to set that up with you and Cleo.
Yeah,
and, you know who's trash?
Who?
The rappers named AD and OT Genesis.
They trash.
Like,
so absolutely terrible.
Yeah, call them out.
Yeah. Call them out.
They be on Twitch too.
For real?
Yeah.
All right, but I'm gonna have to look at them on Twitch and be like, you trash, bro. They like, who is this?
Nah, but appreciate you. Dallas Dupree Young is in the building. It's effective immediately, and we out.